This is Nosey with Good Intentions, the podcast.
In every nook and cranny.
This is Michael.
And Kirk. Guiding your noses today.
That worked! Hello there, sir.
Hi.
Ain't seen you in a while.
Well, I had surgery.
Oh, I didn't know if you want to talk about
I'm
it.
recovering. I'm showing the YouTube my pillow, recovery pillow. Well, you know, I don't know if our listeners will remember.
Yes, sir.
But about a year ago, give or take, we had a few episodes where I couldn't stop. I was thrilled to burp.
Yes.
Well, turns out it was my gallbladder.
Yes, sir.
So she had to go.
Yes, sir.
If you're out there and you're having pain toward the bottom of your rib cage, it's probably your gallbladder. If
Probably
you're in
so.
excruciating pain where you can't move, maybe some vomiting or some diarrhea or a combination of the two, probably your gallbladder.
Probably so.
So after begging for 2 weeks
Yes,
for
sir.
someone to take my gallbladder, they finally took it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm on the mend.
Yes, sir.
I was available when you were not available.
Absolutely.
When you were stuck in another place.
Yes. You want
But
me
then
to...
I wasn't available after that.
Right. So well, fuck, we're here now. Might as well update them on what happened to me. So the reason why we were not here last week.
If you care, here's
yeah.
our update.
Yes. Then we'll get into our topic, of course. So I went to go get my son on a Saturday. Went to the airport. Supposed to be there at...
Club going up on a Tuesday.
Yes. So I get up early Saturday morning about 3:45. My flight's at 8:30 originally.
Okay.
Wake up. I see a text and an email from my airline.
Oh, sorry.
You good? I think it's dishwasher.
Washing machine.
Washing machine, there you go. And so I got up. I get up to a notification of, your flight has been delayed an hour. I'm like, okay, no biggie.
Yeah.
I was up anyway. It's 4 a.m. So I get on the road. I take my shower, get on the road. I'm riding. And I was like, well, let me check and see if they have any other flights today, just in case I can shift to a different flight. Because he wasn't flying back with me until the next day. So I get to the airport. I'm sitting there. And there was no flights available for that Saturday or that Sunday. That should have been a red flag, as they say.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, but you know, we'll persevere. So I get to the airport, sitting there. I hear the lady on the walkie-talkie talking to the lady at the desk. She says, "Hey, don't put anybody on the flight. Don't start boarding until 9:30." But it's already been delayed to take off at 9:30. It was like 9:34. And I'm nosy with good intentions. I'm like, that's peculiar. So she said, "Are you? We're leaving at 9:30 or start? No, don't start boarding until 9:30." I'm like, shit. So I was like, all right, cool. So about 9:15 over the speakers, your flight has been canceled to LAX.
Nice.
I'm like, outstanding. Please go to the checkout counter to get rebooked.
Nice.
So myself and maybe 10 young whippersnappers, we sprint to the counter.
Yeah.
We get there. Lady says, yeah, so we can get you on a flight tomorrow. I said, that's cool. In my mind, I said, that's cool because me and him aren't flying back that day till Sunday late afternoon, early evening. So if I can get there and she just drops him off at the airport real quick, we'll zoom on out of there.
Yeah.
She says, it'll connect you from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. To
By the way, this is a list of places we don't live.
Yeah, we don't live. Well, we don't. We don't live in those places.
So if you're keeping track at
yes,
home,
I still haven't told you where we live.
don't live in LAX
Or Atlanta.
Or Atlanta. Or what was the other one? Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. So she says,
but somewhere in between.
Yes. Each coast. So the lady, I said, okay, that's cool. What time will I get there tomorrow? She said, oh, no, sir, you'll get there Monday. I said, huh?
Because of layover.
Yes. I'm like, how you have a 24-hour layover in another state? I was like, no, that's not going to work. So I was like, no, I'm good. What do you have for Tuesday? She moves me to a flight for Tuesday. Cool. So I drive to the airport, ATL. I don't live in Atlanta, as y'all have deduced. Nice few hour drive. Don't worry about what direction. North, south, east, and west. So I get there.
Could be either of the four.
So
Could be a mixture of all four.
So I fly to LA, get to LA, great. So Sitting there, I land in LA around 3-ish.
Oh.
She's gonna bring my son. She gets off around 4 or 5. She's gonna bring him. So cool. So I'm killing time, walk around, go to In-N-Out. I'm sure y'all seen the post on my Instagram. Get my good single.
We don't follow you, but
I know,
okay.
Yeah. So I get my food, and then I get a notification. This flight has been delayed.
Nice.
To come back to
Nice. The
undisclosed location. I'm like, ah. And mind you, the flight was supposed to leave around 11:45 that night. So it's not a super big deal, but it got delayed to like 12:30. I'm like, cool. She brings my son. Got there, give or take, maybe 7-ish, whatever time it was. And then I'm like, well, we got 5 hours to kill. Let's go take him to see Sonic 2. So we go see Sonic 2. Had a good time. It was actually a cute movie.
Okay.
So brings us back to the airport. We get back to the airport, give or take about 10:30. Like I said, we got 2 hours to kill. Sitting there, they over the speaker. This flight has been delayed a little further. I'm like, shit. So I'm sitting there. Then maybe an hour later, he's getting restless. I'm getting restless myself. We're sorry to inform you, your flight to wherever I'm going has been canceled. I'm like, what the hell? So I am fighting mad. Like I almost start crying. That's how angry I was. I'm like, I just want to spend time with my son.
Yeah. Other than the airport.
Yes. Take him, bring him back. He can hang out with his sisters, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I made some calls. I'm like, do I stay here? Because when I ran back to the counter to get rebooked, I'm like, okay, we'll get a flight tomorrow. It's already 1 a.m. Wednesday morning at 1. The lady says, yeah, we can get you that Thursday. I'm like, well, that basically means I get back Thursday, a day and a half, we turn back around and fly right back to LA on Saturday. And no, he does not live in LA. So
he also has his own undisclosed location.
Don't worry about my son. But yeah. So I'm like, well, I ain't got no luggage because this was supposed to be a 1-day round trip.
Yeah.
So I call his mom, like, hey, can you come get us? Because this is going to be a waste. She's like, cool. So I ended up staying in California till Saturday and just took my flight back.
Bless you.
So yeah, it was a hot ass mess.
By the way, he was very communicative to his podcasting partner, AKA he didn't text me shit, nothing until the next week.
Well, because when he was going to be here, we were going to record that Wednesday. No, I'm serious.
I literally texted Oli and I said, I haven't heard from Michael in 3 days.
He's dead.
I'm just going to come home. And I literally walked out the door of work, got in my car, and drove home.
Well, I mean, I was stranded in an undisclosed state, so as you see. So it's mostly my fault why we didn't have an episode last week. So I apologize. It's definitely not his fault. So,
by the way,
yes, sir.
Do our episodes come out Wednesday morning?
Well, Tuesday night at 11:30.
So, yesterday was me and Only's 1 year.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I see you. Hey. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe we call it our 1 year anniversary.
We've already had ours.
Well, yeah. We'll say Only's anniversary. Maybe we'll call it that. Who knows? But so that's where
1 year
been.
Of Only.
Yeah, there you go. That's where we've been this past week.
I was in the hospital.
Yes, and I was
begging for them to take my gallbladder out.
So, yeah.
Anyway, so what's been on your mind?
Well, sir.
Now that we're 10 minutes in.
Now that we're back together. And I did visit my friend without recording. So we've seen each other in real life. We just haven't seen each other in the podcast world in a couple weeks. No. So
he brought beer. I'm kidding.
I always have beer. So I was wondering, can a person's love language change?
Like in one relationship?
I guess can your initial love language, hypothetically, there's 5, right? I should have probably looked up what the 5 are, but I don't.
You read them one time.
Oh, I did do that. That's right. Okay. Go back and listen to that one too. I don't know what episode it is. But anyway, do you think they can change over time, whether it's from relationship to relationship or just with time in general? Let me give you an example.
Well, let's start with, are we talking about one relationship? I
think both. Potentially both.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes...
Why don't you tell me where you'd like to start?
Yes, sir. So when I was growing up or in my early adult years, my love languages were touch and gifts.
Okay.
And
childhood, you mean like
Well,
K through
so
8.
stupid. My young adulthood. How about that?
Okay. So like high school?
Yeah, maybe high school and then into my early
College.
years. Well, my dabbles
I'm
of
just saying college
yeah,
age.
Yeah. Yeah, give or take. Early
Just
20s.
because you don't go to college doesn't mean you're not college
Well, I'm
age.
going to 3. I just have never completed. I got a whole bunch of credits, though.
Well, it took me an extra year or 2, but I made mine.
I ain't mad at you.
Well, I had a switch in the middle.
Right.
I started with 1, then I switched to our current job.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
Absolutely.
Undisclosed job.
I don't think anybody's figured that one out either. They're probably
They didn't already know.
Yeah, pretty much. But okay, so
Write in if you figured it out and you didn't already know.
But okay, so for myself, it was touch and gifts.
Okay.
And I think now that I'm 37, I think I still like touch, obviously, but I think the gifts have kind of gone away, and I'm more into acts of service. This is what I want done to me, not what I do to other people.
So you want to be touched and you want to be served or serviced.
Yes. That sounds so shallow, don't it? Well, gifts is even worse.
Or a little bit of both.
I don't need service in the touching. Those are
Service touching.
Oh Lord, yes. A little service, a little touch. What are your love languages, sir?
Well, this is why I was saying, are we talking about within one relationship? Because to me, like when I think about, we'll use macaroni and cheese as an example. So macaroni and cheese and I have a friendship. That's our relationship, is a friendship.
Right.
So.
And I got to move over. I feel like I'm not in front directly across.
Well, it's probably me.
You good?
But with macaroni and cheese, like ours is a friendship. So when we were younger,
yes, sir,
we needed to talk all the time.
Right.
But now that we're older, we are more checking in.
Oh, okay.
Our friendship, to me, I think,
Yeah.
is probably a deeper level than it was 10 years ago,
right,
15 years ago. But like macaroni and cheese is he has been my friend the longest of any of my friends.
Okay.
Currently still friend.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So our relationship, as it's gone along, we're now in a place where we're like,
Sorry,
hey, how did that thing at your job go?
Oh,
hey,
gotcha.
it went pretty good. I'm not going to do that. Whatever. It's not worth the, sometimes the squeeze ain't worth the juice.
The juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Whatever.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Good luck. And he'll be like, girl, I'm hanging in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But it's like before, I think we would have had to be like, we haven't talked all day. Where have you been? Tell me everything you've done. So, like that to me is one. I don't know if that's necessarily love language though. Because
because of the type of relationship it is, or
well, love languages can go for friendships, relationships, situationships.
Yes. Couples, thruples, all that. Poly, mono.
But like my first long-term relationship, when I think about, like when I look back and think, okay, what was my love language that I put out and what love language did I enjoy getting back? I don't think that's the same with Only.
How so?
In a different way, not better or worse, just different.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not gauging on like better or worse. I guess.
But like, I think with my first had a little medicine with my surgery. I think my first relationship, long-term relationship, I think that I was an acts of service person.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to do all these things for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I hoped for that back.
Okay.
Whereas now,
I'd say you're still a doer of acts of service.
I still like acts of service.
Like I joke and say I do all the shit, but you do stuff also. Like I talk shit, but you do. Like at work, you'll look out for me. Like if I'm doing our job actively and you are deciding to step away from whatever we do for a living and you happen to be going to the kitchen, you'll be like, hey, you want me to grab you something? And see, some people don't do that naturally. See what I'm saying? Or like,
True.
like,
But I think that one's a core one for me. Like I'm happy to do something for somebody else. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
Like the cookout last year, you were like really helpful. And it was your first time ever being there.
You know, the reunion.
Yeah.
I just went, oh, you needed help? I'm here.
See?
And so I think they all talked and went, the white boy will help you. And so they all came to ask me to do stuff, which was fine.
Right. But some people don't have that in them. You have to like directly say, hey, you.
Yeah.
Can you do X, Y, and Z? And they will only do X, Y, and Z, and then they will stop.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, but I think that's a core one. So maybe a core one
Doesn't
sort
change.
of applies to everything. Because like if like macaroni and cheese came yesterday.
Okay.
Well, 3 days ago.
Yeah. I'm going to take a
because he'll text me. He'll text me and be like, no, bitch, I came 3 days before that.
When he hears it, yes.
Right. But like, you know, I made sure me and Only were at Walmart.
Right.
Everywhere's got a Walmart.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you know, like I made sure to get some chips and, you know, hey, do you want any dip for while we're playing, you know, game night or whatever.
Okay.
And, you know, I got a pack of cookies because I knew he'd probably like at least one cookie.
Right.
You know, same for Only. Like, you know, I made sure we had stuff.
Bussin'. And this young man over here made these Lucky Charm cookies. And he knows I'm not a big dessert person. I was like, all right, I'll try it. I bit it. I was like, it's kind of bussin'.
They're not super sweet.
No, they're just right.
They're like a good medium sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're welcome. But anyway, so I think because that's a core one for me, it's something that I do without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's that applies across the board.
Oh, gotcha.
Whereas my first relationship, touch.
I seen your face.
Well, I'm trying to think of how to say this because I don't have any negative.
Right. It's part of
things.
your life experience. Yeah.
But touch, for a multitude of reasons, was not important
To him or to you?
Me.
Okay. We're not going to talk about why. That's not.
No, there's no reason. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
But now, touch is very important to me.
Yeah, I feel.
With Only.
Right.
So, I mean, those are. It's not better, worse. It's just that was a very different one for me.
And that was bountiful. Yeah.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah. But that's good, though, because that's a thing that you desired.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think if there's any other than like with macaroni and cheese, only because we've been friends for so long, which chocolate swirl, I think chocolate swirl is the second longest friendship.
Okay.
After macaroni and cheese. And we're at that place too, where I'm just like, hey, I saw blah, blah, blah on your Instagram.
Right. He's doing great.
I'm
I
so
see his
excited
stuff,
for
yeah.
you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or he'll text me like, guess what opportunity just popped up from all this work that I've been doing. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. You know, congratulations. I've got my fingers crossed for you. And I genuinely mean it. And I think he genuinely means it back.
Yeah.
But we don't talk every day.
Right.
We don't talk every month.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just not a good communicator. Maybe that's what we're getting to the core today. I'm not a good communicator.
I can't tell. We got 57 episodes as of this one.
Maybe they just need to send me a microphone.
A nice Zoom meeting.
little Zoom chat to record and put out there. Do you feel like yours has changed over time?
What I give out or... Because I said...
Well, you like to be serviced.
That sounds so bad.
That's been noted.
Yes. I will say that I'm also an acts of service also. Like I give out.
So you like to service as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't selfish in several departments.
Oh.
We're going to call this, I like to be serviced.
I think we should specify Michael likes to be serviced.
Make me sound like a broke down vehicle. But no, I mean, because for myself, the gifts thing was something I was really heavy into materialistic things. What's up, Buster? I seen you.
Smells that cookie.
He can't have it. Kill him.
Such a butt. He's such a butt. He smells that cookie all the way from over there where he was laying,
Chilling.
napping. Smelled the cookie.
Well, it's been sitting there. I guess I bit it and released all the scent.
I guess so.
But no, I mean, like I still like to be touched, and I still like to touch.
Uh-huh.
But when I was younger, I want you to give me stuff. And I've realized over time, getting stuff is cool, but it's I guess it's temporary. Not necessarily, maybe not temporary might not be the right way to describe it, but it's very...
There's a few gifts that last a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, you know, I got 3 of them, but yeah. But hopefully.
Well, you know, we've had an episode where we talked about when they don't last a lifetime.
This is true. But you know what I mean? So I guess, I don't know. I think the gifts thing became kind of minute and less important.
Maybe you've just grown.
That's on that too.
But I think gifts, I think where people get confused with gifts is, for example, let's say that I went to the store and you were here waiting on me. And I saw this beverage
of choice.
And I went, you know what? I think Michael likes those. Let me grab one.
Okay.
And brought it back. That is a gift.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not like
what it costs.
I need my Gucci sandals and my strapless Maybach. You know, that's a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what a
Louis Vuitton. I need my strapless Louis Vuitton.
Right.
Those are gifts, but to me, if Only was going to get me something, I would much rather it be, I was walking through the store.
And I know
this thing caught my eye. I think I told the honey mustard story a few episodes back. Yeah. That to me is gifts. That's the love language gifts, not
I buy you expensive
I got my Birkin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I think that's the thing too. I think with me in my younger years, I mentally thought that, like you said, some bullshit ass. I've never had no Gucci or anything, but yeah, I need some Jordans. I need the coolest gadget and stuff like that. Yeah. And those became less important.
Right.
And I don't know if that's because I can buy it for myself, even though I'm broke, or
been out for surgery.
Yeah.
No income.
We taking donations. But I mean, so I guess that also plays a part of it. Some of it is I'm able to buy more of it for myself. And also it is kind of like what you said. Just because you buy me some $200 shoes don't mean you give a shit about me.
Right.
It can mean you give a shit, but it can also just be like, oh, I know I ain't got to even put no thought into it. Let me buy him something that costs a lot.
Yeah.
And then did you really consider what I liked, or you just go,
yeah,
I see him, this is how he looks.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy some of those in a different color because I know he likes those.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you actually took the time to consider what I wanted. You know what I mean? Why are you looking like that? He's like, took you long enough, dummy.
True. All of that was true. Everything you said, yes. Because to me, if you're going to give me a gift, if you hand me something that I'm like, girl, you know I don't eat that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you're like, I went to the bakery and they were half off because they're 3 days old, and you're like, you know I don't eat this.
Right.
Also 3 days old,
yes.
I ain't gonna try them.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Though, like, if I'm like, I'm trying to think of like, let's say I hate some food item.
Yeah.
And you're like, they had them half off. And I'm like, these are literally the food I hate.
And I'm allergic. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then, yes, you got me a gift, but is that the love language gives, or did you just get me a gift?
You just got me some bullshit.
Yeah.
So then do you think it can change based, I guess I would say based on what we've already said, I think some of them change over time. And I think some of them change based on who you're with.
I think so. Well, I think like, okay, I'll use me and Only as an example. We don't currently live together. Mm-hmm. So quality time is important.
Right.
Because
it's limited.
We have a limited amount of it. So making sure that we like have that time together is important to both of us. Whereas if we live together, we would have more opportunities, which is sort of a double-edged sword. Because I think you sort of forget to focus on, like, I see you every day. Do you know what I mean? Though,
take
like,
it for granted,
because I see you every day, I forgot that I should like make sure we do something.
Yeah, you get comfortable.
You know, go see Sonic 2 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, it's sort of like when you go to see your son or your son comes to see you.
Right.
There's a finite amount of time before he goes back or you go back.
So I'm trying to do everything in the
so
whole
you're
world.
like, let's go see Sonic 2. Let's go skateboarding or whatever.
Right.
Let's go to a park. Yeah. Let's not just sit here
and stare at the
and
TV.
play a video game that you do every day that I'm not here.
Because that's not, I mean, not that everything else is more special, but that, like you said, that's his norm.
Yeah.
Play my video game.
Right. Which, I mean, if you're there for 7 days,
right, we're going
then
to
maybe
play,
3 quality days. And the other ones, you just sort of fall into his routine and just be a part of his routine.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But when you have that, when you know it's a finite amount of time, I know that we both have to go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
Not me currently, I'm recovering. But when I go back to work, he only is still working.
Right.
He's not recovering.
Right.
I know that work is coming on Monday.
And bills don't stop.
Right. So I know that our time will end when he has to go back to work.
Right.
So it's that kind of, I think that adjusts, like if him and I were to ever move in together at some point in the future, we would have to make that conscious choice of we need pockets of quality time to remember that we really do like spending time with each other than just taking for granted that we live in the same place.
Yeah. Okay.
Like right now, it's easy to remember that because you've got to go back to work and I do too.
Right.
So one of us is leaving, whether I've gone there or he's come here. One of us is leaving on this day at this time.
So cherish all of these moments.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would imagine that would adjust in a relationship.
So do you think when y'all move in together, your love language will then be changed, or just how you go about it will be changed?
I wonder if it will change because we don't live together. Quality time is currently a love language that we're both pursuing in those moments when we're together. Right. But when we're together every day, because we live in the same place, even if that's one of our love languages or both of our love languages, we're still there. We'll have to make quality time.
Right. And the sense of urgency goes away, or at least lessens.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the beginning.
Well, I guess because there's no, I'll use my first long-term relationship. We lived together for a long, long time.
Right.
But when you live together, you see the person and you're like, oh, hey, hug.
Yeah.
But you're still there.
Right. You didn't leave.
Right. Yeah. So an hour later, I'm like, you're still here.
Right. We're not going to hug again.
I'm going to watch a show.
Yeah.
We don't have to watch the same show.
Yes.
Because guess what? 2 hours from now, you're still going to be there.
Exactly.
And I'm still going to be right here.
But that sucks. That's one of the things that sucks about it, I guess.
It can.
Yeah.
But it would require both people to make sure
it doesn't suck.
that you're making that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you're sitting there chilling. Over time, you get comfortable. I think we all get comfortable, though.
Like me and Only are still watching American Horror Story. We've made it all the way to 1984. We're on the 11th season.
That's the name of the 11th season?
That's the name of the 11th season, I think. Or 10th. 10 or 11. We just finished Apocalypse.
Okay.
We've now started 1984.
Okay. What's that one about?
Well, so far, it's about this camp.
A
summer camp where in 1970, a massacre happened. And now, fast forward to 1984, they've reopened the camp.
And it's about to happen. The massacre is probably going to happen again.
We think the massacre is going to happen again. We're not sure yet.
Okay.
Because we were only on episode 2.
Don't spoil it in the comments.
Don't put it in the comments. But I think the last time I brought that up, we were at Circus.
Oh, yeah, you and Gabby.
Which was like number 4.
I've been watching the shit out of this show.
So what's happened was when we have our time together, that's one of our things. So we, because I've been in recovery, we've had more time to watch versus like going to see friends or going to an event or other quality time
you gotta
items.
heal, but you can still hang out, spend time together.
Yeah.
I can dig that then. Yeah. I gotta start watching this American Horror Story.
I think you'll like it.
I think so too. I saw when Angela Bassett got put on the show, start producing or whatever. That's where I wanted to watch. That's what made me want to watch. It keeps slipping my mind.
Okay.
But
I do like Angela Bassett.
Yeah, she's a shit, and she fine as hell. But
she is beautiful.
Yeah. But they got another show you should try. It's not a show, it's a movie. It's on Netflix. It's called Choose or Die.
I don't have that.
Only don't have Netflix?
Just the Lou.
I'll give you the password. But I mean, I will pay for it for him. Wink,
I
wink.
will add a license for an extra user.
We got like 6 on our shit.
Shut up. Well, you know, if I add it on there, they'll hunt you down.
No, you'll be fine. But it's Choose or Die. It's a pretty cool movie. I made it about halfway through. I was on the plane, so I didn't. So once I landed after however long I was flying, I just turned it off. Because I had to preserve my battery. But yeah, it's a pretty cool show. A pretty cool movie. It starts. You know what? I'm just gonna say it's a really good movie.
Did you ever watch Squid Game?
Hell yeah! You finally watched it?
Oh, we finished it a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah, they supposed
that was another one. We started American Horror Story after Squid Game.
Good job. What'd you think about it?
It was so good.
Yeah, it was
so good. Him and the last number. And the first number,
yeah, when they
were partners,
yes,
it broke my heart. I felt it was awful. But anyway, so but I wonder, like, I need to ask only what his love languages are.
What would you say they are based on your observations, your powers of observation?
I think he's an acts of service person. Okay. Like I think like.
Yeah, he washes the car.
He loves to wash the car. Yeah. And he was wonderful through the whole hospital thing.
He didn't push you out the bed?
No. No, he was wonderful through all that. You know, and if I needed something, like the second he walked in the door, he was like, and I'm like, you know, I need to get up and do some of this stuff for myself because I'm here all week by myself.
All right. You need something to do.
But he was like, nope, I got it.
Yeah.
And so that, like, I think that's part of his is providing the service. Mm-hmm. But I think he also likes when I do stuff for him too. So far, I would say quality time because I think that's important to him too. Yeah. But I think we're sort of getting to that place like Mother's Day. Mm. That'll be a hard one because he also has a mother, and I have a mother.
Yeah, I believe so.
So he's gonna go see his mother, and I'm gonna stay and see mine.
Right.
But I think if I wasn't recovering, I think I might have went with him. I think he would have said, "Yeah, come with me," and because you know I see mother all the time.
Yeah, but that's still your mom.
But you know what I'm saying, though. It's very different. Like. He does not get to see his mom.
Yeah, because she don't live down the street.
As much as I get to see my mother.
Yes.
Who lives across the street.
Hey, Mom.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would have, for something like that, I would have said, I will go with you.
Oh, gotcha.
You know.
We'll see.
But, and Father's Day, I may go with him instead, because hopefully I won't still be recovering by Father's Day. Well, hopefully I'll be fully recovered. You know.
Huh? Well, Mother's Day and Father's Day are basically back-to-back months.
I can't recover much longer.
You done? You tired of it?
Today is day 8. Mm-hmm. I had surgery 8 days ago. Well, when this comes out, it'll be day 10. Surely.
You had enough.
At 8 days, I'm about to blow my head off. Only because it's just like...
Sitting here.
I think, well, see, this is only my second surgery ever.
I've never had surgery.
I hope you never do.
Okay, me too.
So my first surgery ever in my entire was May of 2020. You know, panty started March 2020.
So
my
that's
first surgery
2 years
ever.
Ago.
2 months into the panty. That was awful.
Yeah.
That 6 full weeks. That was tough.
Yeah.
I'm at day 8, 10. Day 8. And I'm like,
you had enough?
I'm ready to go. I don't want to do this again.
Oh, you guys, the doctor for clearance first.
Well, my appointment is on the day this comes out.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'll update you, let you know. But you know what I'm saying? So anyway, with only, I would say off the top of my head, he likes to help me, and I think he likes when I help back.
Okay.
If I had to
okay,
just based off of our time together, say, I think this is what your love language is, or at least one of them.
I think this sounds bad. I don't know.
I'm not surprised.
I'm just being honest. I don't know.
Well, but I also think time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell you what it's not.
Does not touch.
I can tell you about 2 or 3 that it's not. I could probably narrow it down to 1 or 2.
Oh, you're terrible.
Well, but also like quality time.
Definitely quality time.
Quality time is per individual.
Yeah. And
like macaroni and cheese, I think sometimes he'd be perfectly fine with us just being on the phone
and
breathing.
not talking. I can't do that. I hate that
like
shit.
watching a show, breathing. On the phone. Just on the phone. That's quality time.
Well, you set up the iPad, put it on FaceTime. He can see your face. You can see his
Look,
face. You just glance over every now
I've
and then
been
and check in.
knocked out of sleep. But like some people, maybe they like for you to sit there and watch them play a game or watch them sit on the couch.
Time. Yeah, one is quality time. I just
that
don't know
would
if
be
there's
quality
another one.
time. That would be what I would think one of them would be.
See, that's what I'm saying. I
just
think
being
so,
in the same space.
Yeah, but I think time does affect that also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think time is a bad thing in the way it affects it, as long as across the board, don't get to the point where you take it for granted. But I think we all take shit for granted, whether it's relationships.
I think you take it for granted, but I think the tricky part, this is just based off of my one first long term relationship. I think the threat that comes in is when you're not sure how that person feels about you anymore. Things change over time without you doing anything. If you don't do anything, it still changes over time.
Yeah.
But if you don't make the conscious effort, both people,
you both have to,
to say, I care about you.
Yeah.
When one or the other starts to feel, I don't know if they feel this way about me anymore. When that thought creeps in and starts to take over and there's no negating it from the other person, that's when it starts to get, I think that's when the growing apart starts.
I agree with that. I think that can happen even without time being invested, though.
Oh yeah, it's whenever that thought comes in their head,
whether it's the first 6 months or
first 6 months.
Yeah.
If things have already changed rapidly enough where that thought has creeped in and there's been no negating it, which I think that's one of the things that I took from my first relationship of when those thoughts start,
right?
Because they do. I think they do for everyone.
It's not even by choice.
I'm going to say it out loud.
Yo,
I never said it.
Oh,
I just kept it to myself.
So now you will say it.
Now I'm going to say it out loud.
Hey, buddy.
And my hope is that Only will also say it out loud so I can go, no.
Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah.
We are completely okay in my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you got to know if...
So I can negate that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't creep in too much.
Yeah. If a person doesn't tell you, hey, this is bothering me or that is bothering me, then how are you supposed to fix it anyway?
Right.
Because if I don't, back to my shitty analogies. If your car dashboard doesn't light up and say check oil, how do you know to check the oil? That was that bad? Whatever. I'm just saying.
Well, the light says check engine soon. The oil light doesn't have any words.
Mine does.
Does yours say check oil?
What does it say? Oil low?
Does it?
Yeah. We got the
The
same
little
year
light
car.
says that, or like your screen says?
Oh, the
all
screen
that?
says it. Same difference. I just meant warning stuff.
Just saying. I'm the car expert.
See how you shit on my analogy every time? I needed a good shitting.
They're chatting on it. They're chatting on it, listening and watching.
As a group.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do a live and check in and see.
We should do one. We got to do one.
That's why I wasn't there for the live.
Yeah, that is why. It wasn't that.
Also, I hate doing the live.
Yes. But I think that would have been fire, though. If we had did a live episode, me and you. It was good. The one I did was good, but like this, but like live would be fire. But where he lives, there's no service out here.
I'm working on it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
They gonna put something out here? Some real internet?
We're working on it.
Getting that? What you getting? The good Fios?
No, they're not in this area.
What?
You're not going to guess the company because I had never heard of it until I was here.
For real?
Yeah.
So it's not your normal like Spectrum / Charter, AT&T, Dish.
Nope.
What's like some up and coming?
Nope.
Don't say the name of it, but is it some?
Stop trying to guess.
No, I'm not saying so I can snitch on us. I'm saying is it like a newer company or just?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well,
Working on it.
Yes. Well, when are you supposed to be getting it?
I don't know. Working on it.
Then how'd you even know about it? That it's being worked on as well?
A friend of mine that I go to the gym with.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He got it.
Oh, okay.
And he lives a few miles. He actually lives deeper into the woods.
The shitty reception.
Well, just woods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, we might be able to do a live from this undisclosed location one day.
Uh-huh.
I won't put the location on there. Did you see that post I put on the page? I said, in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
I like that shit. You don't care, but I thought it was fun.
I saw it.
You didn't see shit.
I did. I said it to Only.
Oh, what did he say? This idiot.
He just went,
He didn't give a damn.
No, he sure didn't. He knew I wasn't on it, so he didn't get on there.
I know. I think that's why a lot of people didn't get on there, which I'm not mad at.
Our next episode, we'll go through those topics.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Get a real sense of the topic all the way through. Not just a quick.
I mean, I didn't know what to do. Yeah. I'm not the talent. You are the talent. I just engineered the shit.
Well, no, I think it's hard with that live because it just seems hard. Because you've got to wait for people to get on there, so you're just sitting there. And then people get on there and you're like, okay, well, let's...
Yeah, I'm waiting for more
start.
To come on. Yeah.
Whereas, sometimes we have a few false starts here.
Yes.
And we got to roll, we got to get rolling again.
Yeah.
I didn't know how this was going to go. Because I'm hurting.
How you feeling?
I'm in pain. Less pain. But I'm in pain. So I wasn't sure how this was going to go.
Thought it was going to be miserable the whole time?
Well, I just didn't know, I just got the voice that I have right now.
You didn't have it 2 days ago.
Just came back yesterday.
I told you.
At 5:30 at night.
Salt water and lemon.
Well, that wasn't, it didn't,
I know
it didn't make any difference.
It didn't help it improve?
No, it didn't make any difference. But, because the reasoning is different.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, but anyway, so
what?
That's why when you text, I was like, yeah, sure, okay.
You see so nice. You was like,
I was like, okay, sure. We'll see how it goes.
What?
Well, also because I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I showered before you got here, and showering is exhausting.
You better get you a little bench.
But you know what I'm saying? That
yeah.
It's just a shower.
And
I'm acting like I'm 90 years old.
You are.
But when surgery, I forgot from the first one that you just have to retrain your whole body to do everything.
Right. Because it's not like you can just be reaching up and doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and because of my surgery in May of 2020,
right,
they had to do this one differently because my hernia, when they fixed it, they then put a mesh.
Yeah, the screen.
So where they normally go in,
you can't go.
There's a mesh there. So they had to go above the mesh So when you go above the mesh, that's a completely different area that's having to re-heal.
Yeah.
That normally wouldn't have had to re-heal because the meshy was there.
So that's why it took like an extra 2 hours.
So my recovery as compared to someone else's will probably be extended because they had to go to a different spot than they normally would.
Yeah. Well, you know.
For old meshy. But anyway, this is me talking about my surgery. But I didn't really know how this was going to go, so I didn't want us to like try to tackle those topics.
Oh yeah.
On the first one because I thought I'll be asleep halfway through this episode.
Yeah, we got a good energy that we have.
I'm holding
between us.
strong.
Yes.
I'm holding strong for the moment.
And because we're actually friends in real life, we're good.
True. I'm sure that helps too. But I'll probably like after we record our 2 today, I'll probably lay down and go to sleep.
You gonna tap out
For a few hours.
Well, only be back so you can tap out.
Bless him. Guess our quality time's limited now. But you know what I mean? It's just, but that's part of life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. But that's okay though. That's all right.
But love languages.
Not too bad.
Well, I think also like, when I think of me and Only's year so far together, I think, boy, we've really
chummed it up.
Well, about a month before him and I met is when my gallbladder stuff started. I didn't know it was my gallbladder, but that was when it started.
Oh, because that's when they were saying like it's spicy food and a bunch of BS.
Gas. That's when they said that my body was holding on to gas.
They're like, no, I don't think farting is going to fix this.
Burp.
Burping.
They didn't say farting. I don't fart. But
I would call this, that's what I would call it. I don't fart.
But after we met, I think I overdosed on some sugar or something 2 times in my life. Once was 3 years ago when I was 400 pounds.
Okay.
And the other was last year. I got really hot and fainted.
Yeah.
So that was like 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in.
He had to hold your hair while you throw up in the toilet.
Listen, I got to tell the story so it'll be documented. I love the story because he was so sweet. But so I'm in the bathroom and I black out and fall against the wall.
Okay.
And there was like the curtain rod, towel rod. Whoosh, right, just whopped that right through the wall.
Is that why it's on the floor?
No, it wasn't here. It wasn't here.
It was okay. I got you.
Yeah. It was at his first undisclosed location of when we met. And so he, asleep, because this was like 3 a.m., wakes up to the sound.
Boom, yeah.
Comes to check on me. The door is locked.
Oh, hell.
So I like unlock the door. He comes in. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know that I'm out of it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm sort of like fading back in, and he's got me sitting at the shower, and he's like throwing water on me.
He thought you overdosed on coke or something?
No, we were together the whole time.
I'm joking.
Bless his heart. So he's like throwing water on me, and then all of a sudden he says, I go, I think I'm okay. And he says, you're not okay, you're sweating.
Profusely.
Listen, he said, you're covered in sweat. And I said, you're throwing water on me? Which sort of diffused the whole situation, because now we're laughing.
Right.
Because it's like,
he thinks it's sweating.
You think I'm sweating because you're freaking out, and I know in my stupor that you're throwing water on me.
It's not sweat, baby. That's water.
Right. So that, we sort of laughed. But anyway, so like, he like took care of me and made sure I was okay for the rest of the night. So then, all this stuff with my gallbladder as well.
So you gonna be healthy at some point in this relationship?
Oh my God. So then he had to have his wisdom teeth taken out.
I remember.
Bless his heart.
He looked like Quagmire.
Oh my God, bless his heart.
Jaw swole up.
You know how people get the surgery and people like videotape them, and for like hours after the surgery, they're laughing.
Yeah.
He had 45 minutes of that. And then the dry socket.
Immediate. Because didn't you
The
take
dry
him back?
socket that he got
Yeah.
while still there
Yeah.
at the place kicked in fully
That's
45 minutes later, and he was in pain for 2 weeks.
That's not
I
even
felt
supposed to
so
happen.
bad.
Didn't
for
you have to
him.
take him back up there?
Listen, twice. Had to take him
Damn.
back up there twice.
Lord.
I'm just like looking through the cabinet. Here's some more medicine. Take this medicine.
I got you, baby.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've, I think we've proven to each other already, like, we're going to take care of each
Yeah.
other, at least on
We will be servicing each
right.
other.
We will be servicing each other.
I feel you on that. That's good, though.
But I mean, you know, what do
Yeah.
you do? It's not like either one of us could help either situation.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah.
You're a mess.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Huh? All right.
Look, sometimes you got to test it out.
Well, we tested it out. I think we made it through this episode fairly unscathed.
I'm hot.
Well, we can step outside after
Yeah.
this.
I may have to take a little break between episodes.
You want to close us out, sir?
Well, we've got the Instagram where we had the live. Michael goes live time to time.
Once a year.
Nosey with good intentions. We've got the YouTube. Hopefully you're watching. Camera one. Didn't talk to camera one. I was a little nervous.
One time.
Bless it. Nosey with good intentions.
Yes,
like,
sir.
comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Hit the notification bell. Sorry about last week.
He ain't sorry.
He was gone, not communicating, and I was down for the count.
Yes. But we back.
A week later,
Say it one time. We back.
we back. I meant to say that at the beginning.
Did you say TikTok?
TikTok, where the crouching tiger hidden thirst trap is.
Oh, I had one do pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
My transition one.
Oh, good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out some more of those.
Yeah.
They seem fun.
And I think it helped people find this.
Good.
I mean, it is our page, but you
Yeah.
just are never around. So I'm just talking shit. Oh, we should do one where it transitions to you and then it transitions to me. Like, hey, he's a white guy and then a tanned white guy. I'm just saying.
We'll try it.
Yes. I'm sorry.
You just have to show me how to do it. I don't know how to do
That's fine.
it. So Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Nosey Good. She's hanging.
Yeah. She got like a half a follower. We got Snapchat.
We have Snapchat now. Michael Chappelle Jr.
No, it says Nosey with good intentions.
It does not.
It does.
It does
It only
not.
changes because of my name in your phone.
Which is what I'm telling you. If you're out there and you have Michael's number, it will not show up in Snapchat.
How do you
as
change
Nosey.
it?
I have no idea. It
I
will
don't
not
either.
Okay, if you don't have Michael's phone number, it will be Nosey with good intentions. If you have Michael's phone number, it will be Michael Chappelle Jr.
Which is so
I don't have
stupid.
you as Junior in my phone. So Snapchat threw the Junior on there.
I don't like that.
Wait, I think I may have it in my phone as Junior.
Why the hell you got Junior in there?
I don't know.
I mean, you know that I'm a junior, but like, why?
I don't know.
Okay. Teach his own.
You're still in my phone as our job.
Really? See, I'm just a coworker.
Well, only is still Tinder and the city that I thought he lived in.
Wow. That's
But
how
I
you
told
do,
him.
huh?
Well, I told him. I said I left it on there
Okay.
because every time I see it, it just makes me smile.
Oh, that's cool though.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a good thing. It's
You
not
found
a
a happy ending through it.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. It's not a bad thing.
Right.
I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for him.
It's still funny though.
It is. But you
He's
know,
like-
I mean,
Michael Anthony Chappelle. Why did I say my whole government name? Anyway, it don't matter. Michael Anthony Chappelle Jr. Colleague. 2 years in. Colleague. See how you do, you boy? Trifling. Still love you though.
colleagues at gmail.com. Nosey with good intentions at gmail.com. Please send us an email. We love to hear from everyone.
Yes, and we do read them as you have
Even here
heard.
on the air,
Yeah.
maybe that's why people stopped writing. You can write in the email that you don't want us to read it
Well, I
on the
asked
thing.
them.
What?
I asked them for permission.
Well, people are giving us permission in the email, which is smart because we're not going to ask.
No, we just gonna do it anyway.
We'll just read it without your name because we'll forget to ask. But yeah, send us a message.
Yeah, I enjoyed the feedback. That was cool.
What feedback?
The emails.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get another one. I liked them.
I did too. We need some more.
Shout out to all of our undisclosed locations out there.
Thank you for listening to our Nosey Nonsense.
See you next time.